Hi, my name is Madhumitha Vasan, and today I'll be talking about nanorobots in cancer treatment. So when we are talking about nanoscale, we are referring to 1/1000th of a meter. So they're really tiny machines which are introduced into the body to treat or cure a particular disease in a very concentrated area. So Richard Feynman once said that we must move from large to small, but then so you have machines, and then you have sub-machines, and then you have sub-machines, all of which are integrated together to produce macro products. So we are trying to bring treatment to atomic, cellular and molecular level. So now these nanoparticles could be in the form of nanotubes, nanites, nanomides, nanobots. So they could exist in a number of forms. They could also exist in the form of cantilevers or dendrimers. So it depends entirely on their application. Now the field of nanomedicine covers a wide range of diseases, which includes diabetes. They find applications in cancer treatment. They find applications in gene therapy, in curing neurodegenerative disorders, cardiovascular diseases. So there are multiple uses. But today we are going to confine our discussion to cancer treatment. So now these nanoparticles are blood-borne. They can freely circulate in the circulatory system, and they have a body which is made up of which has a diamondoid structure. So it's basically a carbon body, and then there are sugars which are coating that particular carbon body. So there's a glycocalyx, and that prevents any kind of a reaction with the neighboring cells, that is the normal healthy cells. So there is no case of a fibrinogen adsorption. So the cells can easily traverse through the circulatory system and move to the target site. So now these kind of nanoparticles are receptive to light. So when there is a light signal, the entire structure can open up and release the drug at the target site. So now these nanoparticles are attracted to hypoxic areas of the tumor, and they are also attracted to the chemical signals which are released by E-cadherin and beta-catenin molecules on the tumor cell surface. So the biggest advantage of using nanoparticles as transporters of medicine inside the human body is that they do not affect any of the surrounding healthy cells, and they restrict their action to the tumor cells. So now once they reach the target site, they just penetrate into the cell, and then they spiral open and they release the drug at the target site. So now these nanoparticles not only help in drug delivery, they are also used at detection stages, diagnostic stages, and then subsequently for treatment and cure of the disease. So when we talk about diagnosis, they find applications in X-ray imaging, magnetic resonance imaging, positron emission tomography. So there is a chelation which happens. So there are nanoporphyrins which contain certain ligands, and they undergo chelation, and then when you view these images on a scan, you see that there is a contrast in color. The tumor areas appear darker in comparison to the areas of healthy cells. So they find use in detection. Now when it comes to drug delivery, the nanomedicine consists of two components. So the nanoparticles have a sensing agent, and then they also have a payload. So the payload is a drug which is to be delivered, and the sensing agent consists of two further subparts, which is a gold nanoshell and an antibody fragment. So now this antibody fragment also holds a fluorescent probe. So when it reaches the site of tumor cells, it detects the tumor cell, and then it releases a fluorescence because of the fluorescent probes which are attached, and the antibodies detect the antigens on the surface of the tumor cell, and that binding subsequently results in destruction of the tumor cells. Another mode of therapy could be exposure of the tumor cells to infrared light. So by creating heat or generating heat around the tumor, there could be destruction of the tumor. And they also release reactive oxygen species at the site of the tumor. So that is another way of penetrating and destructing the tumor cells. So there are a number of means by which the nanoparticle can reach the target site. So apart from this, there are several modes through which the nanomedicine can reach the site of the tumor. So there could be DNA nanorobots. So now there are DNA spirals which are present throughout the body of the nanoparticle, and these become activated and reach the target site, and the DNA spirals itself out. It's a rota-like structure which spins at 2 to 3 million meters per second, and it spirals out and it releases the drug at the target site. Apart from this, there are microorganisms. So these microorganisms, through their flagellar movement, get transported to the tumor site and then release the drug at the target site. So there are a number of mechanisms by which these nanoparticles holding the medicine or the drug can reach the target site. So now, apart from this, the nanoparticles could exist in the form of nanoporphyrins, and they are basically effective substitutes to the existing liposomal technologies and micellar technology. Because with other liposomal technologies, they could be impeded by reticuloendothelial system. So their movement won't be unimpeded, and they cannot reach the target site very effectively. So that is why, because these nanoparticles have an unimpeded movement and they can reach the target site with great precision, they have been used as an alternate technology in cancer treatment. So that's the exact problem with chemotherapy as well. In chemotherapy, all the surrounding cells get affected. So in order to prevent that, we have nanoparticles which have a targeted drug delivery. So that is with regard to nanomedicine. So apart from that, I have told you that there are a number of other applications such as diabetes, gene therapy. So all of them work along the same lines. So now they also find applications in the area of surgery. So when it comes to surgery, these nano robots are released into the site where the surgery is to take place. So they are like mini surgeons on site. So this is regulated by an onboard computer, and it's monitored by a surgeon. And this, based on the instructions given by the surgeon, the surgery is performed on site by these nanorobots. So with great precision, they can cut through, dissect vessels, capillaries, etc. and perform the surgery. So nanoparticles have also started finding use in laparoscopy. So coming to the statistics of cancer, so based on the 2011-2012 statistics, 39.6% of men and women are prone to development of cancer at any point in their lifetime. And 14.5 lakh people were diagnosed with cancer, or were diagnosed to be living with cancer during that year of 2011 to 2012. 7 lakh cases were registered, and about 5,66,490 people were diagnosed with cancer, and lung cancers are the most prominent forms of cancer, and due to which people have died. And also people in the age group of 30 to 69 years have experienced very rare forms of cancer. So because of the huge prevalence of the disease, both in America as well as India, there is a need to develop alternative systems to cure the disease. So that is where nanoparticles come and play a very effective role. So as I've already mentioned, the kind of precision they have shown and the kind of targeted drug delivery systems that they have, it becomes a very effective substitute to the existing systems for cancer cure. So there are promising treatment methods which are offered by the nanoparticles, and they're going to bring about a great revolution in the domain of healthcare. So doctors would start using these techniques in the near future, and these profound and efficient technologies should be given a wide scope and should be given a platform to enter into healthcare and change the whole idea, or the field of, bring about a change in the field of cancer treatment. So in my opinion, nanoparticles are going to change the cancer treatment methods which are currently existing. They're going to become ubiquitous very soon, and the effects would be seen in the patients in the near future. So it is time to open up ourselves to such new technologies and bring about effective treatment of cancer. Thank you.